Don't put your children and your grandchildren in harm's way. Right now, it's about that time of the year when parents are packing up their kids, putting them in the car and driving them to the college of their choice. A whole new life for the parents, a whole new life for the kids. They're taking steps into adulthood, new friends, new memories. Everything's going to be different, but don't breathe a sigh of relief just yet. Your Florida legislators are trying to initiate laws that are going to hurt your children. You need to call them and tell them to stop. College is an institution. Buildings. No heart, no blood, no feelings. Most of the kids who go through the college never make an impression. They're there and they're gone. And nobody ever knows. The laws in this state are generally guaranteed to protect the colleges because there's a lot of state schools and they protect them from all kinds of things. But they don't protect our kids. They don't protect our kids. There's laws being proposed now to allow guns on college campuses. You need to contact your state legislators and let them know we don't want guns on college campuses. There are 145 colleges in Florida. Some of them have enrollment in the hundreds, some of them in the 10,000s. The University of Florida is very big, Florida State very big. New Times, I don't know if you're familiar with New Times. New Times is a New Age type magazine, newspaper. In 2012, they wrote an article about Florida's colleges, calling them drunken, sports-loving party plazas, because there's a lot of drinking going on college campuses. We don't need guns on college campuses. Guns are there to kill. Guns kill. That's all there is to it. We do not need guns. Your legislatures have the power to protect your children. When the rules were written, the rules about concealed weapons, they were very, very clear. No guns are allowed on college campuses. No guns are allowed in any college athletic activity. No guns are allowed on any property that a college owns. That sounds like a common sense law to me. You got kids, and you got booze, and you got beer, and you don't need to add guns to the mix. But our state legislators want to change that law to allow guns on college campuses if you have a concealed weapons permit. Another part of the law says that you can't carry guns into a municipal meeting where legislators are meeting, or a state meeting where legislators are meeting. So they're protecting themselves, but they're not protecting our kids. This is the third year in a row that they have proposed that legislation. It's been defeated, but we need to make sure it doesn't happen this year. You need to contact your state legislators. Kids' brains, if you read any psychology magazine or if you've taken any psychology course, they are not fully developed till the late teens, mid to late 20s. It goes that far. And when the brain hasn't fully developed, that's why kids do risky behavior. They don't think it's risky. So we have kids at school who are drinking to excess. A California study said that excessive drinking in college is a major health problem throughout our country. So you have kids, you have booze. They have unplanned sex, they get assaulted, they assault each other, they get hurt, some of them flunk out of school. Why would you add guns to that mix? Why? We don't want to. Please contact your state legislator and tell them we want them to make decisions that protect our kids, not decisions that put them in harm's way. The NRA did write that proposed law that they've been doing for the last 3 years. And they say it's a Second Amendment right to bear arms with no restrictions. However, our esteemed Justice Antonin Scalia, now deceased, rest in peace, there was a lawsuit, District of Columbia versus Heller. Mr. Heller felt that he was not getting his gun rights in D.C. He won the case, and Scalia wrote for the majority. But in his decision, he wrote that the Second Amendment doesn't guarantee that you will carry any type of gun any place you want. They should not be carried in schools or other sensitive areas. So the Supreme Court's already ruled on that. He went on to say that the Second Amendment right Your Second Amendment rights has limits. Limits are good. We have speed limits. We have height limits for people to go on dangerous rides. You can't put your kid on a dangerous ride unless they're so big. We have limits of how much alcohol you can drink before you cannot drive a car. Limits are good. We need to contact our legislatures and be sure that they keep the limits on guns on college campuses. In Broward County alone, we have more than 120,000 concealed weapons permits. Last year, the year that ended June 2017, more than 37,000 applications and renewals went in from Broward County. 1.53% of them were rejected, less than 500 out of the 37,000. So the Second Amendment is alive and well in Florida, obviously. I don't want to change that. I want to keep that exactly the way it is so that we keep our kids safe. And we're going to have to call our legislatures to be sure that happens. The brochure I'm handing you right now will give you the list of all the state legislators in Florida, and they are good till 2018. So they will be the people who are in power when the legislature convenes in 2018. Okay, so you need to find out who they are, look at your voter's card, see what district you're in, and call these people. Make it a point to start calling them now. You know, email them or call them at least once a week. No guns on college campuses. Also in that list is your governor and state attorney and all the important people. Their terms are all up this year. They're all running for election. So it wouldn't hurt to call and email them too, because they have an election coming up in November of 2018. Our legislative session will be over in May. So we tell them, please, help us out here. No guns on college campuses. And if they don't help us out when 2018 rolls around, we are just not going to support them because they didn't support us. Kids are smart. They got into college. But they do dumb things and stupid things. They can't help it. Their brain, you've seen what kids do. I mean, you have kids. You know, they do goofy stuff. It's up to us to protect them. It's up to us to make our college campuses childproof by keeping guns out of the hands of kids. Guns are designed to kill. Colleges are designed to educate. Why would you want guns on a college campus? Call your state legislators. Thank you. You're very welcome.
Wow, all right.